All right, welcome back to Patriot Lifting. We're inside today because it's a rain day. Nobody else is working. We're working. Today we're going to talk about some of the beginner rigging that I use to get started, and I kind of think is like a good variety, a good catch-all to be able to keep in your small crane and be able to do most jobs. So yeah, the first thing we need to do is assess what type of jobs are you doing? What do you kind of need to be ready for? So when I first got started, I was lifting a lot of hot tubs, swim spas, pre-work, just the nasty stuff that no other crane company wants to do. A lot of residential and a lot of miscellaneous things. I did a decent amount of containers too. So what I needed was some rigging that was pretty durable and was going to stick with me for at least, well, as long as I could make it last, because honestly I was kind of broke. Didn't really have the money to go buy more rigging. So one of the things that I used, it was kind of my go-to strap, was this flat nylon right here. I think this is a 3-inch, yeah, it's a 3-inch flat nylon. It's good for 11,000 pounds of straight line pull, 8,800 in a choke, and 22,000 pounds in a basket. The reason that I use this is because on tree work, what happens is when you get down to the log, you're always using one single strap. So you need a strap that's gonna be good for a decent amount of weight in a choke. And this strap will hang with you. It's super durable. It'll take some abrasion better than most other straps that I've seen and still keep on ticking. It'll definitely last a long time. One of the things that I did on this strap was I dated when I bought these, so I could see how long they lasted. So I bought this one in 3/20 of 2023. And so this is 2 years of use and abuse, mainly doing tree work. And when I bought the strap, I always buy 4 of them. So basically I can use those for container lifts or anything else that I need to run like 4 points off the hook. So flat nylons, definitely one of my go-to starter straps for being able to do a lot of jobs with. All right, the next thing we're gonna look at is just these continuous round slings. They're honestly probably not that durable. I just used them because the crane company I used to work at used them a lot. So I just kind of bought some, and they're pretty economical. This is a 12-foot. It's good for 5,300 in a straight line pull, 42 in a choke, and 10.6 in a basket. So it's just a smaller round sling. I got 12-footers because when I first started out, I had short boom, 92 feet of boom on my boom truck. And a lot of times you're getting up there right near the tip of your boom trying to reach things. So having a shorter strap allows you to not have so much rigging hanging off. You'll be able to cable up a little bit higher. If you got an air conditioner that's going, let's say like 7 or 8 stories on the rooftop, you'll be able to get it up high enough to where you can get it on the roof and you can rig it a little bit shorter that way. So I bought these in a 12-foot. You can also buy them in a 20-foot. You can always fold them in half if you want to buy 20s. I think these things ran about 40 bucks a piece, $42, somewhere around in there for 4 of them. So of course I bought 4 of them. So that right there, just that 4 of those continuous slings and 4 of those flat nylons will do tons of jobs. All right, so I've got here a 3/8 by 12-foot steel cable. It's good for 2,800 in a straight line pull, 2,200 in a choke, and 5,800 in a basket. Basically, these are for trusses. That's about what I used them for. Now, if I was short on rigging, or if I had to get real creative with some stuff, or if I was lifting equipment with like sharp edges or whatever, I'd shove these through. They're pretty durable on sharp edges. They will cut when you get into heavier stuff, but for the most part, if you just don't want to cut a strap, these cables are really pretty cheap. I think they're about 30-something bucks. Yeah, so they're pretty economical to buy. That's primarily for trusses. So I wish I was a rope guy. I wish I knew tree ropes, but I don't. And so all I really know is that this is a good sized bull rope. Now, basically when I'm doing tree work, I would run that combination of that flat nylon and a bull rope that's probably, I'm gonna guess this one's probably 25 feet long. It's usually a little bit longer than the flat nylon so that we can do a 2-point pick. We use a rated strap and then we use the bull rope so that we're not just picking just off of some random rope. Insurance wouldn't like that. So I feel better about it. But basically this is to be able to balance limbs and just to have an adjustable rigging point so that we can use the strap at one end and then use the rope to be able to adjust for the length that we need. It just keeps things real flexible for us to be safe while we're doing tree stuff. So, and it allows the climber to be a lot smoother with the picks, and which is way less stressful for me. So if you guys have ever done tree work with a crane, you know that tree work's pretty stressful. If you don't have a good relationship with a climber and you just hand him a strap up, he'll start doing all kinds of wild things. So you give him a rope and a strap and explain to him how to rig stuff, they usually do pretty good. I only work with 1 or 2 climbers and they're top notch. I'll trust them over a house, out of sight, anything. So they're great climbers, but it's not always that way when you're getting started. So keep a good rope with you and keep 20, 30 feet of it in your truck. So yeah, there's that. All right, so next we're gonna look at shackles. This is a Crosby shackle. The brand of shackles on smaller boom trucks, it's honestly just what you prefer. I know that Crosby is like, I think they're the best money can buy. I'm sure that everybody has their own points of view on that, but they are very expensive. So they're 1.5 times to 2 times what any other brand of shackle costs. But I've got some right here. These small ones right here will latch on to most. I mean, these will do 90% of small air conditioned units, all the way up to like 2,700 pounds usually. These are 2 ton, 4,000 pounds each. I mean, that's a stout little combination. For 4 of these, you can lift 16,000 pounds with these tiny little shackles right here. Isn't that amazing? So these will get you hooked up to most air conditioned units. I use these medium sized ones. These are a 4 3/4 ton shackle. I like these just for general purpose use. Something a little bit bigger, just give you a little bit more variety when you're hooking up to different equipment and stuff. And these right here are a, what are they? 9.5 ton shackle. So I didn't buy Crosby's in these because I was too cheap, but these work great. I think these are made in like Finland or Switzerland or somewhere like that. So these are 9.5 ton, 1.1/8" shackle. And basically what I used these for primarily was hooking up to shipping containers. So these would fit down in the ears, and they sell container lifting lugs. If you want to splurge and buy those are specifically for containers, but these will help you out with several different things, but they will fit down in the ears of containers to be able to lift them. So that's what these are for. The other reason that I like this size of shackle is it's not too outrageously heavy, but if you have a situation where you need, let's say you've got a climber in a tree and he wants to choke a log with this big, with this big flat nylon, he can run it back to himself and choke it. Just like that right there. And it's comfortable, it fits in there nicely. Obviously you want the loop on this side. You can choke this size, and with this shackle and strap combination, they'll fit together easily. That's why I use these bigger shackles. So I do use them on tree work a good bit. So as far as basic rigging on a boom truck, this will do 90% of your jobs right here. You can usually get creative and do different combinations of these straps, but they'll get you home most of the time. You'll be able to make something work. If you like this kind of content, like, subscribe, post some comments down below if you got any opinions on some other starter stuff that could be economical to be able to get started with things. If you like these videos, stay tuned for more, because as far as I know, we're not gonna stop. Have a good day. We'll see you on the next one.